My name is Firasat. Uh, the first, foremost point to be considered here is when a, a criminal is arrested, he is supposed to be submitted within 48 hours to the magistrate. Riyaz was not submitted that way. This highlights what there was something which the police wants to hide. We will again clear this that we are just a fact finding team. We are not against the police. We are supporting, in fact, we are helping the police, we are helping the justice system to get to a proper solution to this situation. Like Ma'am said, we demand a CBI inquiry. We are here to help the CBI if required with all evidences, whatever efforts we have put, whatever information we could gather. We being laymen from the civil society, if we could do this job, we are sure that a proper legal system can definitely reach to the right, correct information. So the custodial death of Riyaz, custodial death, I mean, I hope how it explains how serious it is. 3 bullets were shot into the dead body of Riyaz. Into the dead body of Riyaz in the hospital. He was brought dead to the hospital. Now, this was our finding, our investigation, our research, which happened in Nizamabad. We are sure the correct investigation authorities can reach to the real truth about this. He was brought dead. There is no CCTV coverage which the police has submitted. There is no CCTV footage showing Riyaz walking into the hospital. If he was just arrested and if he was not well due to whatever reason they have, he could have been walking inside, no? But he was brought dead inside. This can be investigated. We are here to support with whatever evidences we have got. Then the witnesses and evidences which were collected, like the vehicle on which Pramod, Riyaz, and Pramod's alleged nephew was traveling. That was the new Bergman which Riyaz purchased out of the money which he found in the vehicle which he had seized. He was a seizer. Ma'am has explained this. He was a seizer, seizing vehicles of defaulters, and his job was to surrender those vehicles to the banks and NBFCs. He was doing that probably, and apparently maybe he got off track. He started selling those vehicles. Maybe that's how he became a criminal. Maybe that was his crime was. But those are all civil cases. There was not a single criminal case on Riyaz in his entire history. We've gone through all the cases which were filed on him. Proper investigation will reveal that also. The vehicle which was seized, in which the money was found, is missing. The vehicle which was used when Pramod, Riyaz, and Pramod's nephew was traveling is missing, was not signed. It was a new white Bergman which they were using. The weapon used to kill Pramod was not submitted, was not found. No eyewitness. Where was Pramod's body found? It was found on the main road right in front of a juice center. A main road with a lot of traffic there. His body was found on the main road, but there was no single eyewitness. CCTV camera of that fruit juice center was immediately seized by the police. When people from the fruit juice, when they came out and they heard some noise, they could find only one body lying in a pool of blood. There were no other people there. There was no Pramod's nephew. If Pramod's body was on the road, and if nephew was along with Riyaz and Pramod on the bike, then where was the nephew at the time of murder? Where was he? Police said, apparently they said, which we got to know, that there were only 3 people in the CCTV footage and that was not clear. So we demand CBI to dig into this and probably if required, send those CCTVs, those DVRs for forensic analysis. That will give us a clear picture. Then we have Asif, our alleged hero. Well,
Gallantry award.
he's going to get a gallantry award, it seems. Now, Pramod, a government employee, was killed
Murder.
and was murdered. Even police personnel, when they get injured or when they get injured during any suffer or something, they're treated in government hospitals. Asif was brought to a private hospital in Hyderabad just for a small scratch on his thigh,
Shoulder.
on his shoulder or something. Asif, what was his role? Who was he? How did he suddenly appear exactly at the time of when Riyaz was getting arrested? Riyaz was hiding in a small cabin of a broken, shattered vehicle abandoned on the main road. If he was a murderer of a government employee, a murderer of a police constable, I'm sure it's a very common logic that he would have, gone out of Nizamabad. But he was right just 1.5, 2 kilometers away from his house, and he was spending his nights in that small cabin there. And he was apparently chased from there and arrested there. Where did Asif come into the picture from? Like Haida ma'am said, Asif needs to be investigated. He needs to be interrogated. And what we demand is the local police is inefficient, incapable, and they are not fit for this case investigation. They are not unbiased. They are not doing a proper, justice to the investigation. They definitely are hand in glove with some fishy business happening, which probably those secrets have gone with Riyaz and Pramod. But we have very good faith and confidence in CBI. If CBI starts investigating on the murder of Riyaz, on the murder of Pramod, on what was the fishy business happening, what are the involvements of the police personnel, what was the role of a civilian in this matter, who was Asif, where did he come into picture from. If this has been properly investigated, we are sure that this entire thing will reach to a proper thing. And I request the people to not to blindly believe whatever has been posted on social media. If you could do your small research, it will definitely help, because of this, that victim's family, if Riyaz was a victim, which we all know he is, but we'll leave it to the CBI to investigate. But if Riyaz's family is a victim family, innocents were tortured. They were sexually abused, sexually tortured. They were, like ma'am explained, I would not like to go in deep of this, but the small children of Riyaz were horribly tortured. They were hung upside down like this. A 9-year-old, 6-year-old girl, daughter of Riyaz, was hung like this, upside down. And they released animals, frogs and lizards into their undergarments. This was the torture the family has faced. If a proper CBI inquiry is not done, a proper right justice will not be served to an innocent family. And if Pramod was anyways murdered, we all know this. So there has to be one murderer. There has to be somebody who has killed Pramod. Let us say 99% it was Riyaz. But what if 1% of truth is that it was somebody else? Can our judiciary system, can our legal system can our humanity leave that real culprit, the murderer, to roam freely outside? Even if 1% of the truth is the murderer was somebody else, even that 1% is important for us. So we demand a proper investigation into this, serve justice to the Pramod's family also get justice to the. He may have been addressed as a rowdy cheater, but we, from the legal team, we have not found a single crime or a case registered on him which can define him as a rowdy. He had petty cases, he had theft cases, but he was not. The only attempt to murder or murder case registered on Riyaz was of Pramod. So that doesn't define him as a rowdy. So I would not address him as Shaheed Riyaz also as of now, because I leave that for the justice. But once justice prevails, he shall be tagged as Shaheed as well.